Turning now to your community focus, it is no secret there is a housing crunch here in Rhode Island, and here to talk about the work he's now doing, Deputy Secretary of Commerce for Housing, Josh Saal. Josh, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Kim. I'm excited to share some news today and speak with you about housing.
Yeah, so just a couple of hours ago, the governor announced a new program that's aimed at first-generation, first-time home buyers. What should people know?
This is an extremely important program and just part of the continued dedication and investment that the governor and this administration is putting into housing. The First Gen RI program will give first-time home buyers and first-generation homeowners up to $25,000 in down payment assistance. This is extremely important because, as we know, housing prices have gone up, and there are people who have been saving for 5, 10, sometimes 20 years. But given the increased housing price, they really need that assistance to make sure that they can take advantage of the stability that comes with owning a home, and they can build that generational wealth where they have not before had the opportunity to do that. So
if someone at home is watching this and says, hey, that sounds like it would apply for me, how do they get access to that money?
So it is live right now on Rhode Island Housing's website. You can go and there's an application, and the program is really great because not only does it provide those funds, but it has educational programs to make sure that once you own your home, you know how to keep your home, maintain it, and you don't have issues in moving forward during home ownership period.
All very important things. As you mentioned, the governor, has mentioned his commitments to investing in housing, including plans to invest $250 million in housing and also support for 23 housing projects. Can you walk us through what some of those investments would mean for Rhode Islanders?
Sure. I think we're in a time and period right now in Rhode Island where we need change, and we cannot continue with the status quo. There's not enough housing, and this $250 million investment that the governor is proposing will really change the housing outcomes for families around Rhode Island. That includes direct investment in new affordable housing, but also programs that help municipalities update their codes so we can spur more housing production. And at the same time, it will also provide the supportive services that we know that a lot of people experiencing homelessness need. It's not just about housing, but really integrating all those services, because these people are part of our community here in Rhode Island, and we have a moral imperative to help them out.
You met with state lawmakers just yesterday, I believe, to talk about helping cities and towns meet this obligation that they have under the Low and Moderate Income Housing Act that makes sure that they have at least 10% of their housing stock that qualifies as affordable. Can you talk us through, whether the cities and towns are meeting this 10%, and if so, or if not, how do they close that gap?
There are a few cities and towns that are meeting that, but the optimistic news here is that with the governor's investment, we're going to have more assistance and more funding to create that housing. So we're going to help each of the towns and municipalities get towards that 10%, and the legislature, Speaker Shikarchi, Chair Speakman and Vice Chair Williams, both from the Low Mod Commission, have really shown leadership in advancing this and getting these discussions. So when we pass that legislation, when we pass that $250 million, we can roll that out, help the municipalities achieve that goal so all Rhode Islanders have safe and quality housing.
We talk a lot about supply, how there just are not enough units out there. What about affordability, though? Is it really about, just increasing supply will bring down the cost? Is it as simple as that?
That's a great question, and I think affordable housing is of paramount importance here. Part of it is the demand and supply question, and we just don't have enough housing. And the people who are affected the most by that are the ones who have the least to pay for housing. Because someone who has more money will be fighting for the same type of units and the prices just go up. So by directly funding new affordable housing and opening up opportunities for market rate housing at the same time, we will be really spurring new creation that will better serve Rhode Islanders.
Just about 30 seconds left for people who might be watching at home right now who are thinking, I'm struggling, I need a place to live, or I know someone who does. What resources are available to folks right now?
Super important. If you're struggling, if you're a landlord or if you're a tenant and your tenant is behind on rent, you can apply for Rent Relief Rhode Island. I believe the phone number is provided here on the screen. That has certain income eligibility, but it helps people who have fallen behind on their rent get back up to date so they're not being evicted, so they're keeping their homes. There's also the Homeownership Assistance Fund, which is for homeowners who might have fallen behind on certain bills or tax arrears or mortgage payments during this pandemic, which we know has hit a lot of Rhode Island very hard. So this will help them get back up on their feet and continue with their successful housing journey.
Fantastic. And we also have, in addition to the number that you see there on your screen, we have many resources on our website, WPRI.com, for folks as well. Josh, Saal, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Kim.
And looking ahead now to later this week, when Providence Mayor Jorge Elorza will be joining us live in studio for our monthly conversation with him. That's coming up on Friday in your Community Focus.